Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4.
Alright, we ain't got that kind of time. What up, motherfuckers? It's a little bit of a late show, Friday show. I think it's been a little crazy to get one out for you guys, so meant to get one out in the middle of the week here. Something's definitely worth going over. But as you know, my schedule's been a little destroyed. How's everybody doing? I see like 50, so guess we're a little light. I'm sure motherfuckers weren't expecting one of these today. Little underslept, a little retarded, but I think I know what's going on. We hope. So, give you $1 if you figure out what's going on with that artwork today. Anybody? Anybody? What do you think? You guys dig it? Let's see, let's get this pulled up. So a couple of your ideas what you think is going on in there. Mic is low. Okay. Last time this happened, where was that situation? How's the mic low again? It's somewhere. Mic check now? Yeah, that should be it. Mic check better? Mic check, okay. So what do you guys think? What do you guys see in that artwork from the last show? What do you detect? Tell me your thoughts before I tell you anyway. Media. Sheesh. That's taking a while to come out. Artwork. Anybody? Facing the darkness. All right, I like that one. I'll talk about Ivy in a minute. Alone in front of the universe, crystallizing reality through choice. Damn, I like the way you said that. That's really dope. Shit, I wish I thought of that to write it up in my shit. But there's light in the darkness. Shout out G-Dog, Censored User. Appreciate you guys. Cat's Eye, Ocŭlum, Felis. Somebody Googled it. I appreciate it, right? So the sentence doesn't make any sense unless you know what the title means, right? What's going on here? The controller. Okay. So if you guys remember this guy, right? Through life's twists and turns, we strive to find order in chaos, and for the very few, there are always signs. Well, I'd say shit right now looks like fucking chaos, at least on my side of the table. And a lot of times when you're in emotional fucking hell, usually you're not alone in that shit because, you know, people in emotional stress are never found alone, right? Emotions and logic don't occupy the same space, and since logic is where the value lies, then emotion is the crowd. So, last we left off with our druids, they were on the quest for the sign. Well, shit. So, we follow our homie on the blue path. Homie number, you could be number 2, right? There's 4 of them, so we can make him homie number 2, I guess. So this is let's not use that term. That's going to sound bad. Let me open up the larger file. I don't know why it comes out so tiny. Yeah, so if you didn't know, that's Ivy's eyes. That's a real picture of her eyes. And I stuck them in here, right? Because the eyes never lie. But on his path in navy blues, almost to his destination, right? You have to remain focused. There's a lot of things that can distract you, but you know, he who chases 2 mice, or the cat that chases 2 mice catches none. If you can guess, I stuck as million cat references I could figure out how to stick in here. And so you must always remain focused. Even in the last store part of the story, he was quite lost compared to some of the other guys. He's now closing on his goal because he's remained focused. He is still like our Flatlander though, and on this on his particular path, right? It's the only world he has. It's the only world he knows, and so he remains in that world, focused on his goal to reach that, find that sign, and he continues that quest. All these guys are in their own universes as far as each of them are concerned, and none of them are aware of any other. So now on his own path, right? This is a hint of the dimension above, right? The fuchsia path. But in his world, this is all that matters. And so, he remains steadfast and forward, just like these eyes, and the eyes never lie. And if you're true to your goals and your focus, you will eventually find that sign. You just have to be clear-minded, so you can perceive it when you see it. So it's to the point that we are in the marketplace that it's time to really pay attention. So things have been, pretty much stabilized for a good month or so. In crypto, I put some things out on Twitter to kind of show you guys some things that have happened since the super sentiment indicator known as Poppy, decided to visit crypto and destroy half of the fucking market. But the market is cooked for some time, and I think it's now worth paying attention, because I think we know that low volatility begets high volatility, and we've had pretty low volatility, even though in the near term we've seen lots of mass liquidations. Many people are just being liquidated because they're packed in so high with leverage in very small areas. But the reality is, when you zoom out a little bit, the market's really been quite stationary since November. And that entire part, from the crypto season from November all the way into the first quarter, you've got a whole quarter of a year that pretty much Bitcoin and the big cap guys haven't really done shit, even though you might be feeling differently if you're heavy in Solana and meme coins. That's the wrong button. So I'm also kind of like really fucked up on sleep, so I probably sound half retarded. Oh, my fucking chat stopped working. What the fuck is that? Oh man, Streamlabs is having no ends of problems. Okay, my chat died over there. The cat can see that the cat's eyes are not anchored to the fucking plane of existence that our blue guy's on. The cat can see everything. Reminds me of Alioth. That's pretty cool. So as far as an update on her goes, she's kind of in critical condition. They found a mass in her lung. They pulled the tissues out of it, and man, medical stuff is so fucking, you want to fucking, I could have gone and tried to figure out how the market works and fucking communicate it back to the people, or I could have spent a lifetime to figure out how medicine actually works and fucking communicate that back, because I feel like it's the same shit. I feel like when you talk to like medical people, they sound a lot like shitfluencers. They could be a recession, they might not be, and they kind of say both. So as things have gone on, they've like traumatized me with like various fucking like life-threatening fucking things, and at this point they ruled out like weak heart condition, but said they still haven't ruled out cancer, and the cells in her lungs they tested it didn't come back with them as being malignant, but they also said that it depends if the growth in her lung sheds enough cells to get a proper test. So they're trying to talk me into a CT scan to do it again. And she's not breathing well. They have to keep draining fluids from her body because she's got like inflammation this thing's causing inflammation that makes, I don't know if it's the same in humans, but they call it pleural effusion. And so her body's producing like fluids that are inside the central cavity of her body, which is pressing all her organs. And so as that happens, she can't breathe or eat or anything. So they have to keep putting a needle through her chest into her body and draining that out like every other day or so. So she's, they haven't told me he's got cancer, and I don't know, it's like fucking a million fucking tests. It's what they do to us, a million tests, and nobody seems to have an answer about anything. Just, hey, schedule another test. And so without them, like, putting her in an IV and putting fluids through that way, I can't keep her alive anymore. She can't eat down here. So I have to leave her with them to keep her, keep her going to see if we can figure it out. So I talked to them this morning, and they told me like, now we've didn't get a cancerous reading back on the growth in her lung, but she's probably too small and old to have her body cut open and like cut out a part of her lung and survive it anyway. So now they said let's just keep her in the hospital and wait 2 days to see if the medicine for the FIP, which I'm pretty sure came from the fucking vet, if she just starts to like have it reduced. They have like right now said no direction to take, but wait and see a second. They have beyond a CT scan to try and probe the growth again, and see if they get some kind of other result. I don't know. It feels like they're kind of mind fucking me, but yeah, this is like stressing me out. At any rate, so I don't know, I'm in wait and see mode for like another 2 days with her in there, and I have to see what happens. So I don't know. They're fucking about to make me fucking strangle somebody, but I feel like nobody in medicine has an actual answer, because I think I have a thought. I think the body of work they're studying. What if you had made a bunch of experts in a body of information that none of the dots would ever connect? That would be the equivalent of putting a person and telling him to piss in the corner of a round room. If he was dumb enough to try and look for the corner, he'd just never fucking ever finished running around the room. And medicine feels like, where are the results of it? You know, they're like $1 trillion went into researching solving AIDS, and then you came out of the way for people to live with it forever. You can't cure like the common cold. You can't cure measles. You can't do anything. You can't stop anything. Like, what exactly has been cured? Actually, cure, like, you take this and what you have, poof, goes away. Is there something that's actually been cured that anybody can put in the chat? This is something I did want to talk about. I was actually thinking about talking about another show. It is 9:18, so I do need to give some of you something useful before the bell goes because I was late. So I'm going to stay on after the opening. This is something I did want to talk about. I guess I'll talk about it now. You know, I put a point out on Twitter that is pretty important to me as far as like things that happen in my family with people with medical conditions and whatnot. And I think for all of us at some point, we've all experienced something that will put us in a place that I think we can all find common ground in this. Yeah, talking about that shit makes me stress the fuck out. Really want to strangle somebody. Yeah, so I put this out here, and this is like a really serious point to think about. Oh wait, wrong screen. Okay. All right, in the age of AI, if we have true artificial intelligence, we should see a myriad of diseases cured overnight, but it's not happening, right? Because either one or two things, the body of data that they're working in would never actually yield a cure, and so drug-based medicine itself is a fucking sham that basically is what it's coming out to be, $1 trillion business that no one ever gets cured from. And I don't know how people, you know, justify the prices that are, that they charge people for this shit. Like, imagine that for like Ivy right now, I'm well over 5 digits, and they still don't exactly know what's wrong with her right now. And I told the guy, like, you know, when I was crossing like 10 grand, I was like, you know, I don't want to keep subjecting her to different like probes and tests and sedations if, you know, we don't know which direction we're going. And he's like, oh, I understand, you know, if it's about the financial cost. I'm like, no, it's not the financial cost. It's like, there's nothing else in the world. I told the doctor this. I was like, there's nothing else in the world I've ever paid $10,000 for, and I didn't know what I fucking got. I was like, this would be the first time in my life I've ever fucking seen this. And like, this also cost more than both me and my fucking kid being in the hospital. And at least I knew where his leg was fucking broken, and they had to do like decompartmentalization surgery to fucking take pressure off his fucking knee to save his fucking leg. So at least I know what the fuck I was paying for. You know, with me, they couldn't tell me what the fuck's wrong with me for 25 fucking straight visits. But like, you know, okay, with the cat, like, they've done 1 million tests on her, sedated her 1 million times, they stuck like needles all through her. And okay, what's the prognosis, doc? You know, we're just gonna have to wait and see. And we could run a CT scan. I'm like, motherfucker, are you fucking like extorting me with my cat? Because there's nothing that costs this kind of money that you can't say, hey, I paid like 2 G's and I got a really cool computer, or I fucking paid like $1,500 and here's my iPad. Like, you know what you get for your fucking money, but in medicine, it's the same shit. Like, it's like, you know, it's like the fucking weatherman. You know, it could be raining or it might not be raining, and he's always right, because if it rains, he had said 20%. If it doesn't rain, he said 20%. This is like bullshit, you know what I mean? I feel like you talk to a guy who's like a good coder, and he can tell you exactly what part of the fucking code is fucked up. I feel like if you talk to a person who's a mechanic, he can be like, yeah, your transmission's fucking wrecked. That's why the car doesn't fucking go. And you come to the stock market, or you come to fucking like pharmaceutical businesses, and it's like, well, maybe. And these motherfuckers charge the most fucking money for anything, you know. The fucking, we got fund managers managing like fucking like $10 billion and taking 1% of your shit, and they don't know which fucking direction anything's going, killing everybody in one big mass, but they get paid anyway in transactions. And you got doctors charging fucking like, you know, the price of a small fucking vehicle, and then what I got? I have no idea. Well, I don't know this anything more than your ass. Something is definitely fucked up here. So what I think, you know, is a good initiative to do before I fucking like lose my shit talking about this is, I think if we have AI, to whatever degree this machine learning bullshit is supposed to be AI, it can at least comb through data faster than any of us can ever do it and make some connections that, you know, we can't make. Right now they said they've got a, you know, one that can actually, an AI that can write its own code and improve upon itself. And they've got AI that can actually create its own genome from scratch and create a completely new, you know, custom genome that's never existed. What if like we create an initiative in the public, you know, like Elon's done? He's basically hijacked mainstream media. Why cannot we collectively, with 1 billion people, with all these AIs that are out, DeepSeek and whatever the fuck, data mine all of the available public information and basically upend the pharmaceutical company? That there's actually a way to cure a disease, and it's anywhere in the body of data they have, aiming fucking 10,000 or 100,000 of us with AI right at it, to actually figure out how to get the actual cure and fucking destroy this entire $1 trillion fucking scam, I think that's the fucking best cause we could ever fucking do. And if enough of us are doing it, if there's any fucking connection point that a disease can be destroyed with the data they have for 50, 60 years, even the shit they fucking suppress, the AI should fucking find us. I don't necessarily know the right fucking prompt or question, but I think if 100,000 of us fucking actually fucking did this, I don't give a fuck if they try to put a hit on my ass, because it's $1 trillion industry. I want to destroy it. I want to destroy every one of these drug cocksuckers that fucking sell you shit. They're not sure anything. Just found curious, like suspicious ways to make you live longer with everything. Dude, fuck all of that. The whole thing is fucking disgusting. The reason I made this show and the way I do this is because I give an actual answer. Like, it's up and fucking down. I didn't tell you about fucking pro formas and fucking balance sheets or any of this shit. Niggas going this way, niggas going that way. Right? And people can fucking understand that. No one's ever been trying to fucking give you the right answer in CNBC. Well, clearly no one's doing it in fucking pharmaceutical and drugs either, right? There should be a way, if there's any data out there, and this fucking shit's not fucking some stupid machine learning garbage and it is anywhere near artificial intelligence, we should get an answer for almost every disease like fucking tonight. Don't you think? Or am I fucking crazy? Unless it's not AI or the data's wrong, we should be able to fuck the entire pharmaceutical industry the same way Elon just fucked the entire fucking media industry. And do the exact same thing. Basically destroy all of it. I think that's fucking like, something worth committing fucking blood, sweat, and tears to. What do you guys think? Anyways. Yeah, I'm kind of pissed off. I think like, yeah, fuck those guys. Honestly. So yeah, we'll come back to that. I gotta get to a prep. 9:24. I have minutes to get you guys something useful. All right. Sorry. I probably should have said that when I had more time. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you just want to fucking choke every one of these motherfuckers sitting there like, I know you're driving like a fucking 6-figure car and you don't know the answer to fucking shit. Motherfuckers like you should be held accountable. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like everyone. Nobody knows anything. Like trying to find the one guy who can do TAs like a needle in a haystack. Find the one guy who actually knows what he went to school for, or if he actually knows how to put 2 and 2 together outside of selling a drug. I mean, I haven't found that motherfucker either. Trading pre-market things. A little bit of bright spots in tech. Healthcare getting whacked. That's a fucking omen right there. Fuck you guys. Isn't that the one they whacked the CEO of? It's fucking, the people are pissed with this shit. People know you're fucking lying to us, you know what I'm saying? It's fucking bullshit. Anyways. Alright, I'm done ranting. This gotta... you guys have to be in the channel for this gotta pick up your kids level. I was gonna use it in the fucking year session because I wasn't sleeping, but fucking shit. That's just great. That's some high utility sync wave right there. Alright, so I've got 4 minutes to stop being stupid and tell you something useful. So, QQQ's bouncing from this apocalyptic fucking whipsaw down. I was looking for a plan on this guy to rotate up here. Right? We had the plan from the prep channel for the squiggle to put him up here. We're up at highs, and then it rotated back down, and so just erased everybody real quick, and he's coming right back up. So expanding formation should stabilize above this. This is a key level from way back over here. And this plan above here, you're looking for stability over this like volume zone, this local monopoly perception. So you look for the same thing again. Even if he gaps up here, he probably needs to, this guy, do this thing, and then probably come off of the open and flag backwards, and then you see if he gets a fucking launch from that. You might have a fucking Friday like we don't usually have, because Fridays almost never run. But we're, in a trend right now. I think a lot of people got eviscerated by that. And I think the sentiment is there for you to keep on getting upside. I've been kind of persistently bullish above this level with tech and stuff like that in the channels, because I think almost no one's alive right now mentally like there to play this shit. Crypto, we had a plan that we put in the channel for you guys also. Sheesh, I'm sorry, I'm like all kinds of like retarded right now. All right, so you see these plans should come together, right? So I gave you guys a low resolution with Poppy and his levels in here and stuff, which are amazing. You had multiple plays you could have done just off of this trigger zone on a daily sessional kind of thing. Watch, you guys in perp should have been able to use this. And then we had a high resolution version of this plan, which is, where the hell is it? Retarded. Where did I put it? Well, I can't remember shit sometimes. Am I staring at it? It's right here. Sorry. So big resolution, in case we were to break down to the bull flag, this was the plan underneath, which kind of tied to the same big red projection we had in snapped if we came from there. But we have local range in here, and I was kind of telling you, I think we're bullish. We're making a bull flag, take some time to chop some people up, and then we should hopefully see a structure like this one more like kind of fuck move, and then possibly take us back through the angle if we don't give up the ghost on the baseline. So put it in here to kind of watch it. He's filled it out. He got to this projection point, so we should have had a counter structure and then kind of a swoop back up through. And so Bitcoin is pretty much doing it, I think. Oh, god damn it! Oh, that's the wrong one. Where's I got so many damn Bitcoin things up here. There it is. All right, so that's exact shape, right? So yeah, I just draw this, like what fucks the most people, So point, see, perfect fit. Isn't that crazy? That's actually a perfect fit. So remember, like, I know a lot of people think these are lucky, but I've just been staring at this shit for like 3 decades. So the shape of what will fuck the most of you is what I always try to draw, and that would be it. I always fuck a lot of people. Funny, right? What is that? Let's see where we're at. So okay, so we're in the mid zone, projection to take us to the bull flag. Oh yeah, and we're heading for your target for this, right? This trajectory right now is obviously DF needs some milk. DF needs milk. But yeah, so we're heading towards DF needs milk level. That's your first stopping point. And we'll see if he gets above that and structures out. Your heavy volumes up there and stuff like that. Your real gas pedal, like, just on a larger res, is to see this guy rotate the fuck out up top there. Oof, that's nonsense. Up there. Up there's where you're free and clear to get gas to make new all-time highs is. But for right now, you have like a local area to get through. If he gets on the other side DF needs milk, then the next area is to basically crush this zone. I think I have, I have some squiggles up on some different things. This was the snap chart. And again, above this level, the projection above here is that he has upside potential. So this all, ties together. That yellow squiggle in the range gave you some stuff for like a local area in here, but I think we're exiting it now. Pay attention, maybe we get a push into the weekend that does do something. And I have another BTC. Oh yeah, total. And I gave you total update. Totals, obviously he's your main guy you want to watch. We think, as far as the fractal goes to match the QQQ, he really shouldn't take this out. That should have been it. But in the event that he was going to make a 2B and possibly slam it down one more time to really kill people, then, I gave you a projection that matched BTC. But we have our main trigger here, 306, which, didn't get compromised. And 306, is just the baseline of this bull flag. I hear some crazy shit that's at my house. So this is a squiggle that matches the BTC projection. If the BTC structure held and did that yellow squiggle, this would be likely what total would likely do. And total's got obviously a very heavy line in the sand from our plan that we've had. That threw me off. Our plan we had inside Discord. So we're looking for him to get stable on top of this, to actually get like ease of movement to push higher into where we had like the real gas pedal move, which is still up here at 335. But for right now, BTC held the floor, bit of a stay of execution. So I think that looks pretty healthy going into the weekend so far. QQQs, things like that. What's he doing? I guess he lost some of his pre-market pump that we just saw right there. Oh no, he did pop up there. So yeah, so with this guy opening up, you guys remember how Dick Rules works? All right, so he opened up there. So Dick Rules is right. And so you see if he probably have to give you a new squiggle for that then, right? Dick Rules would be if he's opening down like that, you're gonna need him to come up here to do something like this for him to be a good idea. Okay, probably should put that dead on it. There it is. Okay. So that dude there, NQ things, go back and check his futures for him. Big bar down, big reversal, probably heading for it. Got to pick up the kids level. So probably pay attention. The pull back for the gap, if we're going to rotate back up on futures, this is probably a good target. Every time, amazingly good interaction. So probably keep our eyes on that. And then VIX things, always needs to know where he is. That's never healthy to see him pop on the opening. But he's really doing some bullshit right here that I kind of don't like, right? He had this rotation on the angle without hitting this fucking major trigger, and then kind of has just been completely fucking around in the middle of this. So for right now, it's wait and see what this does. I would like to have seen him hit this and then come off of it. Then I would probably feel a lot more confident about like a big de-risk because in the midst. But crypto doesn't look terrible, and this is kind of sticking around for now. So I probably just watch to see, just within this area. If he gets back above that and stabilizes about 16 and then tries to push for my family, then that would probably be de-risked, territory. And if this happens today, it'd be a bad thing. But for right now, not really getting any clear signs out of it either way. Diamond stuff, that looks terrible. So that's at least a swing lower. We have a level up here we like, so he's pulling back. That obviously looks horrific. And so QQQ Diamonds is telling you that there's a big fucking differential between tech stocks and industrials and financials, which has been going on for a while that we've noted in the channel. We're waiting to see if it rotated back, but it hasn't. it's been pretty much just tech one-way directional. And we had this as something we put out. I don't know if it is on the show or if I did it just in the Intel channels in Discord, but to see him stabilize on top of this, you probably could consider that possibly it. But this is definitely a flag here in this gap. So for as long as this is happening, tech is stronger than industrials. So that's a lead in the market. But the main thing is that the United States itself is not really the market that's leading the world right now. Right now in the world, which most people aren't looking at, the money is actually flowing in China, and nobody's staring at China. Remember how long China was a dog? Let me get this guy to China is the white one. Oh yeah, are the names on this? Yeah, so China is, the fuck did it go? What the hell just happened? Yeah, this guy, HK50, where the fuck did he go on the other res? Okay, I don't know what that was, he disappeared in the daily. But yeah, so your China basket was like, an underdog for a long fucking time. And you had S&P, Nikkei, and all those guys on this resolution. From COVID, China was a massive dog, right? And right now, they're doing stimulus, a whole bunch of fucking, money's been added to the system, their money supply is going through the fucking roof. And right now, they're starting to be the outperformer in the nearest of terms. What terms is that? About this much, right? So now they're pumping so hard. They've actually, they've been sneaker rallying the whole time since the beginning of last year. But now they're catching real gas. And so a lot of times if you see this, you can see Bitcoin rising, Litecoin rising, Ethereum rising, Solana rising. But one of those four guys is better than the other ones, right? They're not all rising the same way. Just like NVIDIA. You could have the whole tech pumping, but you'd much rather have had NVIDIA, this cycle than say fucking AMAT. Well, that's true here. In the global basket, the guy that had been leading for a brief moment, we talked about Germany coming into the year. Germany was the strongest thing in Europe and strongest in the world in this period. But at this moment, in the most recent hearing now, China is the GOAT. And a lot of people are staring at the wrong fucking shitcoin, waiting for it to go and they're do stuff. And it's not doing stuff because they're looking in the wrong place. So we may mention this in the channel, and hopefully you guys have been paying attention to that and pay attention to the large resolution projection we had on this. Because another crazy squiggle goes, and it's crazy, the big squiggle for China that we did on this guy years ago. Can you imagine if I'm fucking doing this long? If I say, I did the squiggle years ago. HSI squiggle. Check this thing out. Talk about crazy. We drew this, I think, in 2021. Somebody can find the show that was in. That's definitely a great highlight. But yeah, this was the squiggle, right, for the Nomics end. Potential floor that we should have. And then fucking this kind of wave, that guy, right? And then churn, dip, fuck everybody, slightly higher floor, and then rotate off that. And then we've been adding obviously bull flags as we watch it. But we want to see this pattern, the same end at low res, low, higher floor, rally, and then hopefully leg into the big resolution version of the same thing, low, higher floor, and rally. So right now, China's actually fundamentals have come around right about where we said it should, right? So we've got the potentially higher floor. This doesn't become true on this white level until you take out this high, but it is true right now on the lower level. This guy is true now. So he's got low, high, low. This is an uptrend, right? At least in the lower resolution. So Warren's paying some more attention to this because China looks like they're actually finally ready to save their country from burning into the ground. But yeah, epic squiggle, huh? They don't call us Squigglenomics for nothing. No one calls me that, but it was in Broken Mirror? Okay, cool. I have to look that up. How many people we got watching? Anybody show up? Everybody want to fucking, Fire Fair trading. 128, holy shitballs. So yeah, the China squiggle's on. Relative strength-wise, China's the guy. So Baba, Baidu, the few that we have access to play over here, definitely, put it back on your radar. Tencent, all those guys. Not too many that we have an actual ability to reach in the ADR markets in the U.S. But for any of you that are not pinned to the United States, definitely where your eyes should be right now. Post the German rally that we've seen, I think the world's kind of caught up to that. But I don't think people really believe the China rally just because it's been down in the dirt so fucking long. So it's got real good time for some real negative sentiments. And at the end of the day, everybody knows Chinese numbers and for all their corporations is fake as fuck. It really is just the fucking government. If they're pushing it, they're pushing it. If they're not, they're not. And right now they are. So, if that sustains, could be something. All right. I segued to that. That's I think that's the most prep you need. Got the VIX in there. Oh yeah, one more thing to worth looking at near term that I looked at. I haven't talked about this a lot. The dollar right now has been a cool off for a while, flagging. This was the last major flag we had on him up. And so trend-wise, he's still on an uptrend. And a lot of people are starting to like make noise about the dollar because of what's going on with China, and it feels like China's actually trying to put pressure on the U.S. in a couple of ways. But for right now, never call a trend over until it totally tells you it is. Got this little range in the dollar, right? And we want to see him stabilize, like overhold that whole truckload of shit he's got. So that area, just to highlight it, right? That's kind of like where you're paying attention to. If he gets back here, this is decent congestion to see if he can land on this congestion and possibly pop off of it. Got like hurricane force winds coming through this motherfucker. So been keeping eyes on that on the larger resolution. But a weak dollar generally is kind of a good thing for risk assets. At least if he's weak in the basket of assets, he stands to be like the weaker denomination under like U.S. assets. But again, the strongest risk assets we've got in the equity space is in China at the moment. So U.S. stocks aren't collapsing to the ground, but they aren't also flying like some of the guys who are the Nvidias of the group. So I covered the VIX things, and I've kind of lost my train of thought where I was supposed to go next for you guys. Oh yeah, we want to talk about this situation. Where did I put that chart? Oh yeah. This is pretty savage, I know, but it was worth doing. He's a dick. So, I've been charting the human behavior on a graph for a long time, looking at people that are, representative of the empty space of decisions. And I gotta tell you, it's probably, I could possibly jinx the jinx hard enough to save this motherfucker from himself. Maybe not. But this could be the pinnacle of dumb money on the entire internet I've ever seen. This motherfucker could make the earth lose its gravity if he said the wrong shit. Like, he could change the rules of fucking nature. So, not only does motherfucker destroy every stock he touches, this is the only crypto play I ever saw this guy take. And, when we talk about good TA will put you in the place of good FA, meaning that the good technical analysis will put you in front of good, fundamental analysis, you have to realize what his actions here at 74.90 on Trump coin really actually represented on January 19th, right? The retest of this entry, like milk level or gotta pick up the kids level, the psychology of this point that he represents equaled the absolute fucking death of fucking the entire Solana network. Do you know how crazy that is? That is fucking crazy. The entire Solana network, when the price flagged back, which is the complacency shoulder, meaning the dead top of the complacency shoulder, the single best point that you could ever short a crash at, was his level in the climax spike. And the instant reaction from that psychological point in the system was so fucking empty that the entire Solana network fucking fails directly on contact. It didn't just stop Trump coin. It stopped the entire alt season from that very moment. The 19th, if you look at it, that has been literally the death of the entire total 2 outside the big fucking 8 market cap shitcoins. Literally fucking into deep correction. That's why almost nothing is moving on the DEX. And that's why a lot of you guys who are in a Kaz arena, I'm not trying to throw you in front of a fucking train. When the market tide is against you like this, you sit on your hands and you wait a second, because trying to fucking cherry pick inside of this kind of pullback is super dangerous when you're in a long only market. So as of now, the point that he represents in the system, and BTC Nomics can come back and all that, but to have alt outperform BTC right now is going to require this to stop. And at least we have this marker that this literally fucking was the death of the entire Solana chain. And then, of course, they've exposed that those guys are scamming and trading against everybody. But that being said, we're still going to look at Solana. But this is definitely something that was worth noting if you look at the cyclicality of what we have when Litecoin and it gets any stronger. Remember, Litecoin is just Charlie and his dogs. If that thing's stronger, and he's likely been in Solana, their capital moving out of fucking Solana into this is why Charlie's shit's going to outperform. Charlie does not move at the wrong moments. The motherfucker is a veteran. If his shit's stronger, he's doing something for a fucking reason, and it is him. At the first instance, there isn't anybody else who's going to go start fucking swarming Litecoin. Ain't nobody wanted that shit in 2014. Ain't nobody want that shit now. So it's always worth paying attention to on the broader cycles, like ratios like this that capture like inter-market risk, right? We talk about Litecoin versus Bitcoin, and you have like the biggest cap, and king of crypto, and we have degrees of risk away from it. But think of like BTC as the baseline of crypto risk. Well, there's different stratifications of risk in there, right? Meme coins are obviously at the very, very high end of the risk profile within crypto, and BTC would definitely be considered less risky than meme coins. And then within that massive differential between meme coins and BTC, there's room for Litecoin and the Solana chain that holds the meme coins on it, which is a lesser degree of risk than the memes themselves. But the two of those things combined, greater risk than a Litecoin. So Litecoin would technically be considered risk off. No, risk off in terms of Solana. And so this captures an intra-market differential of risk, which can be used to kind of figure out market tides. So now you guys learned a cool little ratio analysis thingy that's really useful for figuring out what the fuck is happening, in broader scales. Everybody get all that? Worth a rewatch, right? Teach you some stuff. Got a couple symbols in there. What are we at right now? It is 9:43. Okay. Let me check if any apocalypses are going off while I'm fucking focused on that. I lost track of my shit. Everybody that make sense to everybody though? One sec. Looking. Sweet Jesus, I got a lot of symbols and I can't see shit. I just had to see if it happened. The kids didn't fucking, the guy that pick up blew up. Maybe I fucking highlighted too much. Oof, that thing got clobbered. See, it was good for a knife catch though. It was. Did give you a good contact before you fucking blew it. So, see if he finds another low today. He's been fucking killing people and coming back a lot. Right now you look at it where this climax is. This level is kind of like what's holding right now, right? Right across this wick here. So for you guys that are like, playing futures and stuff like that, one definitely thing looks pretty bad is like you've got your core volume here, but this is a pretty decent node of volume also going on. So kind of needs to probably hold right here, leave this as the climax outside the major stop run, hold floor and restructure off of this. It's kind of ugly, probably needs some noise like that, and probably not going to V-bottom back up, but probably make some noise and maybe recovers by the end of the session, but we'll see. Sometimes you get clarity of this by just going and checking the keys and looking at his structure again, what we drilled for him. So he dipped a lot more than you want to see. I wanted to see him sustain this trigger that we have right here and then loop back above the open to be like a better fucking setup for like, continuation long. So I don't know if he gets back up, but right now, this is one of your lines in the sand to pay attention to. So can I use these in concert? You can use the Qs in concert with the futures. Got to get a better read on it. So he restabilizes here. It's going to be the first place that some of you futures guys can probably go for an early shot of him retaking the open on the Q side of things. But for right now, nobody should be rushing for anything long-wise on a day trade basis. Just looking at this because this is kind of a shit setup for now, right? But stabilize on top of this POC and gets back up here, then, maybe you can come back up through this. The fuck do I want to use? I don't know. That looks terrible, but it's going to have to be what I can pick right now. All right, so I think I caught everything I was supposed to catch. All right, cool. So they say this thing is natural speak. This is my thought process, right? So I've got one of these fast at advanced reasoning. So I'm not the smartest in here, but the O3 High Mini is supposed to be like ChatGPT's like highest one. So I have all of these. Great at coding and logic. And then O3 Mini is fast and advanced reasoning. So I'm not sure if the O3 mini high is supposed to be specifically for like making games and stuff like that, or if it's like the very best, but I know both of these are supposed to be pretty powerful. So like, here's a basic question, right? Based on all available medical data you have access to, what diseases can be cured now rather than treated with drugs across a lifetime, the way it has become the norm in today's I can't spell pharmaceutical. You'll figure it out. Let's see what it says. Right? If this thing has access to that and can connect points that like a guy would take like 5-10 years to look through, it should be able to tell me it can cure something. I don't care if it's fucking goddamn fucking like chicken pox, whatever, something. Many acute bacteria, certain viral infections. I feel this is a good project, a community project that we should sit down and see if we can like cherry pick like a low hanging fruit, like something that's not like a major like like cancer or like the AIDS or anything. But let's take some low hanging fruit or something that you just get medicine for, or fucking some annual shot for, some bullshit, and let's actually see if we could actually just find out what's the answer to make this go away. Right? There's some amount of prompts and fucking a team effort. I think if we do this, we could solve like diseases. I spent a lot of time trying to figure out what it knew about the disease with the cat and stuff like that, and honestly I couldn't get anywhere. I just figured like I wasn't getting any more direct answers here than I get from the fucking guys in the hospital. So to me, I feel like the body of data is an actual problem, and if we could even figure that out, if AI is smart, it should actually be able to figure out the body of data it's being fed and trained on is inaccurate also. Not be trapped within the body of data that the human gave it and apply a better algorithmic process to going through it, but it should be able to figure out the whole body of data. It makes no sense to get an answer, So I want to do a community project like that. I think it's something we should definitely invest some time into. Don't you guys think? Are you sick of seeing like nothing work from anyone in this fucking industry? It's just like fucking going to CNBC and everybody says the wrong shit. I feel like it's just a fractal of that exact same thing goes on in the pharmaceutical industry. Like, you don't actually have any cures, and drug-based medicine. From what I've read, I read a book called The Body Electric, and that book was amazing. It really suggested that the body can correct almost all of its own fucking problems if you basically speak to it the way in the language it understands, which is through the electric signals along the nervous system that tell stem cells to repair certain things in certain locations of the body, because the body, when it's injured, changes its polarities and is effectively in some kind of communication that's going on in the nervous system telling the body what to fix in itself. Drugs, and their side effects are really the interruption of the body's natural, bioelectric, flow that turns into fucking illnesses in places that there are disruptions where the communication breaks down. And that's why they can always get you a new drug for the problem coming from the last drug. But they never have like a real solution. And I feel like, just looking at it, and if I use the same logic I use in every marketplace, the answer isn't in the entire system that people are working on. So everyone's basically fucking drilling at a problem that could never be solved, and they've effectively trapped everyone in an idea that has no fucking solution. So if AI is smart and there's a fucking million of us working at it, one of us should get a prompt in here where the thing goes, you know what? Everything in the Journal of the American Medical Association is actually complete rubbish. And that's real AI. If it can fucking figure out what we don't know, not that it can data mine what we know and try to give us fucking, new inferences on the same shit. If this thing's actually artificial intelligence, it should be smarter than us, and it should actually figure out that all of your work was crap. It took me 5 minutes to tell you that the last 100 years of your medical shit is actual fucking garbage. Not come up with fucking regurgitated versions of what they're doing, unless they didn't give us fucking AI. And we kind of know they didn't, right? This is some dumbed down shit for fucking like the Goy farm. The real horsepower is going to be thing tied to a nuclear reactor they're going to use to fucking figure out how to keep us in the Goy farm, right? Oh, I forgot to show you that. Sorry. Sorry. This was my question I asked it. Based on all available medical data that you have access to, what diseases can be cured now rather than treated with drugs across a lifetime? That way, the way it has become the norm in today's pharmaceutical industry and health systems. And it's, it names some bacteria and things like that, some parasitic infections. So this makes sense, right? You can kill parasites, you can kill a bacteria, like living organisms. There should be a solution to this. Everything should have a solution. Like, how do you get rid of X if this living person has it? And I feel like, you know, if the AI is growing in the power that they say of the whole planet, and we have some AIs that aren't restricted by the same shit that, like, you know, westernized AIs are, then a good cooperation in the Goy farm between us, we might be able to upend an entire industry the way Elon upended fucking, you know, big farm, mainstream media. Our end of it would be the big pharma guys. So I want that to be like a community-wide thing. Like, I don't want to reward it, nothing. I just feel like we should fucking make a concerted effort at it, because they're definitely fucking us and experimenting on us with fucking whatever the fuck for insane amounts of money with no real results, and just poisoning us on the way out the fucking door. I think that's an industry worth bringing to the fucking ground. If we can bring it to the ground, like, let's destroy that motherfucker. Alright. Before somebody assassinates me before this gets going. But yeah, what do you guys think? Sorry, I've been kind of going on tear here. I didn't even get to catch up on my chat. Sorry about that. Catching up. Throw me a list of all the symbols that were asked so I can see what we can get through. Shout out to Munir and Server Leader. Respect to y'all. Appreciate everybody 2 some bits today. That's a chance. It's yeah, this bullshit reminds me of hospital idiocracy scene. Yeah, exactly. Like, bro, none of these people seem smarter. And, you know, you think about it, like, if you really back up and think about it, okay, like, I don't know anything about, like, cars beyond, like, driving them like a maniac. Like, I can't fix anything. You know, I could barely do an oil change if I had to. I could change a tire. That's about it. If I go to the mechanic and, like, shit's not working on a Beamer, I don't be like, I think the car's got a fucking sensor problem in the fucking front right wheel, and you probably need to check the fucking air filter along with, like, check if the, you know, transmission fluid is getting burnt. I don't know any of that shit. I have no fucking idea. You're the fucking mechanic, cocksucker. What the fuck's wrong with my car? I don't go in there and ask him, like, you need to fucking stick this in there and make sure you fucking put this kind of oil. I don't know, nigga. What kind of oil does it take? That's the reason I go to the fucking mechanic, because I'm fucking retarded. So how exactly do you get commercials that tell you, hey, check out this new drug and tell your doctor if you need this? How in the fuck does that even make sense? That's the only place on the fucking planet that you see something like that. Can you imagine if you saw a commercial that says, hey, to go tell your fucking investment advisor if you should buy this stock? What the fuck would be the point of the investment advisor? There's no other place that you get this. How is an entire industry telling me what drug I need to go ask a doctor for? Do I have the disease that needs this drug? Because the people in the commercial are fucking riding bicycles everywhere. Motherfucker, if the doctor actually sells me back the drug I walked in the door with, he'd fucking shoot his ass. Like, what the fuck? I'm not supposed to know what the fuck I need. There's a reason I go to a fucking doctor. How can you have an entire fucking advertisement basis for us to walk in and say, do I need this? There's no other fucking industry on the fucking planet. You go to the expert and tell him I might need this shit I fucking, my ignorant ass, you know, saw on TV for fucking a minute and 30 seconds. That is a ridiculous fucking thing, you know? Makes no fucking sense. The whole thing is stupid when you think about it. It screams scam, right? Like in a whole different kind of ways. In regards to parasites, with colleagues of mine getting parasitic infections and Dutch doctors, it is fucking worthless. They are clueless how to treat that stuff too. Well, that's great. So they can't even do that part. Fuck you, AI. AI being able to process PDFs and research, we can go and look at what's been proposed as cures and never seen a day. Well, there was a drug, I don't know if I can remember which company it was. I don't know if it was Merck or it was one of those big motherfuckers. And he had a drug that was supposed to be for rheumatoid arthritis, and it incidentally had an amazing effect on Alzheimer's. And they found internal corporate doctor, like, make sure that doesn't see the light of fucking day, because it would basically destroy a whole other drug they've got. And so they have proof that if they have something that'll cure you, it's financially destructive to them, they'll fucking get rid of it. So, yeah, there's obviously been a bunch of shit that's, like, literally probably been beneficial that they've been keeping away from us because there's no business in making us better. But, you know, I think there's enough shit leaked out in the public, and if the AI can thumb through it better than we can thumb through it, then maybe we can get an answer that we couldn't get, like, you know, trying to look through it line by line ourselves. Yep, I know about the whole role play for the AI and stuff like that too. I'm telling you, this should be a grassroots effort. Everybody should get everybody pointing at this. Like, fucking, let's solve, like, cherry pick one disease, point like 10 million people with AIs added, and one of us statistically come up with something that fucking beats what the farmers have done to us. I think we could, like, sit there and, like, literally fucking, like, you know, like fucking, you know, like a bunch of fucking miners in this sense, just aim everything at the fucking network and just bring them fucking down. Like one by one, let's solve everything you're not telling us the answer to, you fucking cocksucker. Shout out Gabe, appreciate you, sir. Alright, we're at 10 and 9:57. I think I blasted you guys enough with the fucking like call to arms on the farm industry. So I'm gonna show you guys, let me go through these symbols you got here, and then I'm gonna get you out of here. Where'd that list go again? Tell USDT. Pretty sure I did this coin for you guys a while ago. You guys have asked me this one before. I'll be damned if I know. Okay, there's a chart for it over there. Let's see, where else did I did? Tell USDT. USD. I know I've done this coin before. I see that, but I'm sure it's somewhere else. Maybe it was BTC. That's why I think I did it. It was BTC. Okay, I just got BTC. I knew I'd done something with this coin before. Tell USDT. All right. I mean, pretty decent breakout from that super long fucking base he had for a couple of years there. Yeah, so that was the range of what he broke out of. So that was like your free and clear out of there. So if he's in trend out of this and can push, you're just waiting to see if he can flag inside this thing and keep on going. He's kind of in no man's land to say that, you know, he'd top out in this. Unless the crypto cycle itself just fucking, like I said, fucking, you know, really just ends where we are. That's horrible looking. Something along those lines, right? I don't like the duration of that, but let's see. Yeah, I was going to stay above that level. Even if he dips through it, rotate back up, and something that, you know, pops him above that would be the safe spot. So if he flags back and, you know, he dips through it and then can come up and, you know, that might be something along the lines if he had alternate path-wise, if he goes down a little deeper. Something along those lines, I think, is what you're kind of watching to see if he does. This is obviously a terrible color for a bullish path, so we'll just do that. All right, where is that list? APOB. What is this? Applied Digital Corporation. Oh, that's a pretty vicious ass flag right there. Was this guy a SPAC or something? Probably a SPAC. I fucking hate this thing. God, get the fuck out of here. Not necessary. That's what rotated here. With a rotation like that, you want to see him stabilize. Don't think that matters. So first punched out, you need to watch how he operates on that. You saw this already happen. God, stop. Fuck. You wake up. What is this thing doing? No, motherfucker. God, it's just fucked up. It won't fucking scale. I don't know what the fuck. Anyways, you see the kind of shit like this? This behavior through this level. It's a good level right here. Again, you know, some noise. So you don't want him to do that again. Again, multiple bullshit fake breaks. This one's big enough, so you just want him to stabilize on top of it. And then if he does that, he has the fucking go. There it goes. Okay, I don't know what the fuck that was. You know, there's something I meant I skipped over. I was telling you guys about something crypto, and I wanted to. Oh yeah, but I was gonna bring up Solana before I fucking drifted off. So let me do that real quick because I said I'd talk about it since everybody's very focused on it. So, with all that we said about Solana and stuff like that from our sentiment indicator, this was a very key level and range that we had in Solana. And we had it on Twitter also for you guys. So this channel down here, this is a little pumps channel. This is where he showed up multiple times, and he had like a lot of good interactions here. This was a core channel that I pay attention to that we showed you. You know, we had lots of high interactions above the little pump, and if we didn't clear this would be a real good trigger. So when, you know, crypto rotated that huge bull flag they had on the weekly resolution, Solana rotated and actually tested the same channel. So that channel turned out to be your dip low right now. But your breakout from this trigger is this yellow level, 179.85, and until he stabilizes above this, he doesn't really have a chance to go back like above the 200 and really sit there comfortably. So this little setup you're seeing over here that I have, this is what you're effectively looking for now, for him to do that above the yellow level. Otherwise, he's potentially making a bear flag under this critical level. So Solana, you know, being kind of weak right now, you know, it's not exactly the thing you're looking for a knife catch on anyway. But if he does fucking, Litecoin loses strength and this rotates and he comes back to life and crypto pushes out with total, then you want to see him above this before you really freak out about it. You know, once he stabilizes above this, he'll have the ability to push a lot faster, harder, like this, you know, once he's through that level. But for right now, he's still in the danger zone while he's snookered up underneath 179.85. All right, so I had meant to do that at the end of the Litecoin Solana piece. ARGT. This is Argentina ETF. Okay. That looks crazy. So Malele's on fire, right? A couple of times in my life I've seen fucking this index of the Merval be like the fucking craziest thing on the planet. Nobody was looking. It looks like this will be one of those times. So at all-time highs like this, or at the highs of what we got here, I think it's all-time. This might be all-time highs, but where we are right now, this is a really, really steep arc trajectory, right? And it's not exactly like, you know, any less steep than fucking us in a major bull run like we're having right now. He's steeper, right? And so you can only, like, you know, avoid calling tops. You generally like to see it when you're steep enough in an arc like this. You like to see prices, you know, fade the angle, go into larger corrections, change the angle of attack, and then go into trend. So like, this is something actually looking at here, probably worth doing on this guy. Geometry things, right? He's steep, so it's a good way to watch him like this. Get the fuck out of here. And in this current trajectory, right, we see him like, you know, he doesn't rotate all the way back to this angle. He keeps it going to steeper angles. This is kind of an arc trajectory that is eventually doomed to fail. You know, he cannot sustain so steep a trajectory before it will eventually need to migrate back to one of the angles, right? So for right now, the steepest angle we have, this is not this in the same scale of correction, right? You would watch this, right? But this could be considered kind of small, you know. And even like this, if you look at that, right? You could take it a little further if you had to, right? There's nothing here to do that with. So this could be your first warning on the outside of it. But I feel like, you know, the scale of these flags, you can see they're all kind of a lot bigger. So I think you're looking for something like that. So if he's going to rotate, be about that size at least. And, you know, possibly if he's going to sustain the steepening structure that we see here, then this would be like the likely next actual angle that we'd be paying attention to if he's going to arc and correct this way. So I think you're watching that for now. He's super steep, and then that, like I said, at this resolution, right, if this is actually going to fucking get legs out of here, then you're playing, you're playing that for now. So he's actually got the potential that this flag is actually all she wrote. It doesn't have to come back this way. But if it fails, it's to sustain itself out here and give you something up here that lets him do this, then he's likely going to correct over to at least this forecasted angle, if not worse, to like this angle. Yeah, it looks good. Something like that. All right. RNDRUST. Pretty sure I had this guy on the list with some TA already. So where'd that go? Wait a minute. No, it's in here. Christ, I know I have AI coins somewhere. Crypto AI coins, here they are. Render. There it is. Alright, so yeah, looks like shit right now. That was easy. See, when you're organized, just like that. Okay, I know you probably want something else, but again, like, so AI and virtual AI and that entire AI agent wave has really been dead for a hot minute, right? We haven't seen any life come back to it. I mean, some of those guys are absolutely been destroyed. Again, on the back of like fucking Solana's network getting fucking wrecked, like everything that was more speculative got fucking crushed. So some of these guys did exceptionally bad. When you look at this stuff, like, I feel like, either you're trying to forecast the bottom of the AI fucking weakness and back to rotation, or you kind of like look at this in a basket of other crypto assets and realize, he might not be best to breed right now. If you look at the structure of that guy, all right, let's just turn this off. Let's look at XMR, right? Almost nobody wants XMR. Completely different, right? XMR is clearly like one of the strongest things in the market. Nobody wants it. It's literally going up. It's doing none of the corrective shit that's going on. Like, think about what Solana's done from this moment, right? Look how strong this is, and like there's no one looking at this thing. That's good enough, right? In the same moment that this has happened to BNB, fucking knife dump on him. Nobody's really in BCH, completely crushed. Trump coin, well, it's in a 2 hour range to give a shit, I guess. ETH, right? Everybody's been butchered. The real strength of the market is XMR. And that's something that I actually highlighted out here. Actually, not me personally, but one of the Nomics members. That's not it. I have another one. Right. This is something that was actually left out here that you guys definitely need to pay attention to. On December 17th, right? You always want to pay attention to this, because with the whole Litecoin Solana, like looking like, intermarket wise, there is like some risk off, at least on the very deep speculative end of crypto. This guy is like a broader metric of like, capital flows that run away from fucking like, risk and go hiding here. Tron obviously carries the entire fucking like body of trading activity on this thing, and USDT. So you tend to see like Tron also pick up strength when this guy gets strength, but you generally don't want to see XMR be the guy leading the market ever. There's just the bulk of the market is not heading towards XMR. That is definitely like smart money going to fucking hide money. And that would mean that like some of the fucking liquidity and a lot of your pumps isn't really there. So this is definitely a guy to always keep on your fucking radar. But when you're looking at like what's best to breed, what's strong right now, you look at Pepe, any of these guys, they're all getting just destroyed. And a lot of people want to bottom fish the guys that like, look like this, and always avoid the guy that's in motion that's clearly telling you that, you shouldn't be looking there just yet. I fucking lost track of that motherfucker. Jesus Christ. Well, XMR dominance would be an easy way to look at this, right? XMR, BTC dominance is rallying. It's really a bad thing to go against it. Until XMR dominance, in this little tide that we've got here, and if we look at the moment that we're talking about Poppy, right, January 19th, that situation in fucking Trump coin, it's right here. Literally complete risk off since the fucking 19th, since he hit that thing. And that's true across all of crypto, Render and all those guys. If this guy fades and rotates down, then a whole bunch of guys are going to come back to life. but you're really trying to call the top on this. So until this guy kind of gives up the ghost, you know, you kind of want to not keep bottom fishing stuff. You're going to keep on waiting for risk on, and everyone's kind of doing that. That's one of the things about the sentiment that's kind of sus. You know, BTC dominance became super strong again, and if he stays strong like this, it sucks the life out of a whole ton of shitcoins. And so you can still have capital flows towards Bitcoin. You can still have institutional money there. But a lot of stuff that everybody's sitting there waiting on pump fund to get another tied in is like likely going to be at a standstill until something in this dynamic changes. Now I have the levels on. So yeah, you know, this breakout I've been paying attention to. And then XMR down here. One of the ratios that's really good to keep your eyes on to kind of get an idea if the market's in trouble. So right now he's kind of peeking his head out. He gets any more life than he's got, things will probably get uglier, you know. So this is kind of what I'm watching right now. But if you're gonna go looking like Render's in a correlated fucking risk off position with like pretty much the broader, you know, weaker part of crypto. There's nothing really special there about that guy. Looking for something. I just fucking ran my mouth through an idea I need to put up next. Retarded. What did I just do? There's another coin to show you right behind that was a good idea. Oh, it's XMR USD. Oh yeah, and this was a squiggle for him. I guess I did it when the color scheme was different, but yeah, that's what we're expecting up there too. So that's pretty good too. I have to put him in the proper color scheme. So we're actually waiting for that. So if you remember playbook, this was the rotation down low, dropped in playbook, and now he's out here. And this is something serious to watch. So when the point that XMR got to a place that he was like part of the crypto tide, he's never the leader unless something bad's going on. You never really catch him at the forefront of like a really good bull market. And XMR is like one of the top 3 performers. When he's performing really good, it's generally not good things are going on. So I kind of feel like you want to see this kind of fail, you know, because if he keeps pushing and XMR dominance keeps pushing, and BTC dominance also stays where he is, then there's almost nothing heading towards anything of greater risk, and the market is technically risk off, even if it's stable in the big caps, you know, the upper tier big caps. Okay, that's a lot of words. Rocket Lab. We had this guy on here, and last time I guess this was Snap we did this on. I think this is Snap, right? Where's this date? Yeah, this is the December 9th of Snap. So, okay, that's a Snap show. You guys go back to the other colors because I can't see shit. And so this is what we thought. It was in a bull flag, and how it would rotate. It would either dip through the level and come back up, or it would rotate right above it and hold, which it did. And if it came back, you know, this was actually the original squiggle, just that he needs a squiggle above the high. When it was in this structure, we kind of gave you the 2 ways you could probably possibly do it. Either right away or deeper correction and then right away. So for right now, he's held this flag rotation, and even though he's not like escaped it, he's coming back. Until he fucking takes out the low of that, he's potentially just still rising until he has to be able to get gas. If he keeps doing this too long, you end up with something like that, which is like a rising channel, and he'll correct, fuck everybody up, and then come back and set up again to rotate and go back out and screw everybody one more time. Maybe just dip all the way through here and stop run everybody one more time, and then get this piece onto it and then come back up. But I think that's kind of what you're watching here. So I'll make that guy. That's Rocket Lab, MPC. Energy, guys, and nothing in energy has been too great for quite a while right now, and everybody's watching Buffett buy like the fucking earth out of Oxy. This is a good stable range we had here and a good exit that came from it, so probably worth extending that guy over, and you're looking for something just like that. This exact setup right here. You're looking for him again. See how easy that was? That was easy. What the hell is that stupid thing? Can't ever find you when I need you, always in the way when I don't want you. Yeah, something stable out there. Readjust this, and now we've got a rotation at least on that. So again, he needs to come out of here and then flag it and do something like this guy over there. I think you're looking for this kind of setup. Yeah, it's possible. Doesn't look terrible. And then VA, Boeing. You're really fishing in the bottom of the barrel. There's definitely something safer to put your money in than fucking Boeing. It's fucking Boeing. So I had a sheet for him, did a bit of a shit dump on it here, and now he's rotated back up. I mean, it's fucking Boeing, guys. These things are falling out of the sky like fucking raindrops. You really want Boeing? You guys love risk, huh? Boy, that just looks terrible to me. There's actually a fucking formation that I think, I don't even mention the name of it, but there's actually a silly fucking geometric formation that people use that this looks like. It has a chance to get up here. I don't really like it inside the body of this entire volume system, especially because he's not a best of breed asset. So he tends to probably have like better things in industrial space that you could go after than him, you know. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hard to want to say I want to tell you to touch anything in here just because it's so noisy. I feel like he's safer clearly way up here, but as far as bull flag rotations go, he's in the midst of one right now. But again, not being best of breed, you're likely to run into a lot of noise in this guy. So I would tell you that, yeah, at least in the near term, this entire congestion he's got in here, kind of got a flag like this. Probably be healthy if he did something like this and then came up and then structured on top of it and went out. He could do this like right away, but it's kind of grinding. I think you're going to want this structure anyway, just to get something new that has a chance to leave with really good gas, especially since this guy didn't leave with shit, you know. That looks like garbage. So I think you wait for this again, and then if he fucking gets on top of this level, he might, you know, at least be above a couple core systems. He might have the ability to push out. But again, he's got heavy volume all the fucking way up. So I don't know. I think this guy's questionable. I think there's better things you could fucking fuck around with than this guy. XRP USDT. There you are. So, hell of a liquidation event. This was the previous all-time high. Whipsawed through this flag right now. So, you got something that's set up like that. Had heavy volume here we talked about was kind of like dangerous, and it ultimately like has to get through this again. But for right now, the high of the last flag really becomes it. And so this is, you can see like this situated itself like, you know, here on top of it. And for a while it looked like it could have held it. So you're going to need it to recover this. And then beat this same volume system. And then flag. And this is going to be the guy that's going to be the safer one. That will be clear of this situation. But this is the thing you want right here. Like, this is all still dangerous for him to rotate and do. But if that total structure that I showed you guys actually finds its way up there, tracking this yellow path, then it is possible. So for right now, it's a little stronger than we talked about in the earlier part of the show when I mentioned it, right? With the U.S. session. So it managed to get itself up here. And I didn't talk about it. I think I talked about it. I was on right early on, so that was already down. I think it popped a little bit since I talked about it. But right, if it keeps tracking this yellow wave out and BTC tracks that yellow wave out, you know, let XRP stabilize higher. If he's going to go like significantly higher, it won't kill you to let him get clear of all the shit he just did. All right, that was a lot of stuff. Did I get them all? I think I got them all. Shout out Ira, much respect. Yeah, there's absolutely something better in industrials than that garbage. 100%. Well, that could be a sentiment. Don't remember the last time I touched Boeing? Me either. So who knows? Maybe it's worth paying attention to. Don't know what that was. Oh, guess I have to reset my IP before I get hacked. So anyways, I think that covers everything we need to. Not sure what the fucking happened there or what the hell's going on. Huh, that shouldn't have happened actually. Good old trading view. So you guys get everything? Did I cover everything? Guys got something worth rewatching and thinking this one? As always, I try to put some ideas in there that, you know, will make the show beyond this stuff that's good for today, you know, worth paying attention to and using later down the line. So, you know, definitely like the initiative that's going on in general for some of you guys to go in and get group rewatches in the afternoons. Hopefully it's making some differences in the way that you're looking at markets and able to, like, you know, make decisions about them. You'll always see something new in any of the old shows that you watch or any of the current ones. You know, I try to always make sure there's something in there worth it beyond just the moment. I also want to say a big thanks to everybody in the community that sent some USDC to try and help with Ivy in the hospital and stuff like that. I had no idea that was going to happen, and Tiki surprised me with a bunch of people that came together and threw like over 7 Gs towards like this insane shit going on. And I definitely I didn't want anybody to feel like you had to be obligated to do something like that, but I do truly appreciate it, and we do hope that we get to see Ivy come back out of there. So again, thanks to everybody who was part of putting that together and sending it over to help us while we're in like a really terrible situation with our loved one in the hospital. So best of luck to everybody out there. It's the weekend, it's Friday. If you guys had a good week, some of you were in the live call this week, there's some really good stuff. Hope you guys got some plays off that got to pick up the kids level. And to be honest, what's really funny is the got to pick up the kids level. The reason that was such a great sync wave is because that is the motherfucking time that motherfuckers in Amsterdam had to pick up their kids, and that's in about 10 minutes. So out of curiosity, because I'm just I think this level is hilarious. Let's just see what's going on. I'm curious. Are we anywhere near that thing right now? That'd be so fucking funny if we're still there right now. I'd die. Okay, now we got wrecked, but the kids level was a short. Probably a couple good levels here worth paying attention to if he's gonna find the bottom. He whips out this fucking angle, so that's nasty. See if there's anything worth me going in here to get my balls chopped off after I get off this show. So let me get this out of here. I can't see shit. So decent level. This was a higher floor to put in this an overall high. This is the last low that kind of put that in, right? So this low didn't actually make a new high. So this is the low of significance. This guy whipsawed it right here. And so if this is going to be a retest of this floor and this is actually the stop run, then this level needs to hold like right now. Again, like I said, there's a lot of volume up here, and this was definitely concerning. It's one reason I rushed off the show, because it's just something right now probably needs to resolve a little bit. And Fridays tend to suck ass a lot of times. And right now he was in a wall of shit. So once he came back under the core of this, it remains to be seen what he's going to do here for the rest of Friday. But since he's come down so sharp, this kind of super speedy drop usually means there's there's a recoil in there worth playing if you're nimble enough to do that. For if you're not, don't do that. But for the few of you guys that are Nebula proficient like traders and trade futures often, you know what I'm talking about. Do I dare fucking put this on fucking low res in front of you crackheads? Should I do it? Should I show you guys? So there's probably something happening here. But this would be a good area, right? You get a good level. You're never just walking and fucking jump in and cut your balls off. I probably shouldn't do this on a live stream, to be honest. Somebody's gonna go in here and kill themselves. But this guy right now, it's a good line in the sand. Find him up here. See if he structures out above it. You probably don't have to play him underneath there if he's not gonna get back through. But yeah, so I'm not gonna get you guys cracked out. Let me let you not do that. Did I not do MPC? I think I didn't. Somebody's wrote that up there. Did I fuck that up and not do that? Oh, I did do MPC. Okay, that's an old chat message. Never mind. Should I read everything else on the way out? Yeah, appreciate all the good wishes for Ivy, guys. Fingers crossed, and hopefully I get her back out of there, within the next couple of days or so. Again, I appreciate everybody's support and stuff like that. So I've kind of not gotten the show out. I've, 46 and not sleeping over, and I've been in there every other night. So I'm just kind of gassing, fatigue-wise. So just trying to keep some structure, make sure I get you guys an update and stuff before, I get buried with more shit. But this hopefully serves as a good point for us to catch up on a couple markets, Forex, stocks, crypto. Look at those ratios I put out in Twitter that probably need some context for some of you who don't understand what those actually mean and why I put those out there at the timings that I did. But there's definitely some things in the market that are sentiment worthy to pay attention to. Poppy touching crypto and Solana network breaking fully fucking down. A lot of complacency in Bitcoin itself, basically sitting there in this really trapped, stable system ever since we got options really on fucking stocks. Ever since we got options on Bitcoin, we really haven't moved. And I don't think many people have really noticed that. So, kind of been paying attention to him here also. And this is IBIT, and basically IBIT got options back here, and BlackRock's basically paralyzed the whole fucking market. So this also fits with the same plan I showed you on BTC. If that yellow path higher goes higher, then you get to a certain point, you can get to an ease of movement, and you probably rotate the angle here in IBIT. and then you actually get another shot at going higher. But for right now, you know, this thing is chopping people to pieces. And like I said, the reason I put like, you know, the green path where I did is like it's out of the fucking chop zone where you can actually like hope for something that extends like more than just a fucking session. For right now, if you're like not like a really good like, you know, expert scalper, you're inside of a chop zone that's going to be kind of deadly till further notice, right? But right now we do have the inklings of like possibility he's trying to like rotate his way out. So corrected off of the volume area that we have here, exactly where he should, right? He rallied right into it. So now hopefully we get this corrective flag, and then we'll see if we get the rest of the projected path on the outside of this rotation. Remember, squiggles are a guide. I'm pretty accurate with a lot of them, but it doesn't mean you take it like the gospel. It's an idea of what you should be looking to see, and then you should make a plan based on like a risk-adjusted plan to enter it if it begins to rotate at like a threshold you understand how to define in whatever resolution you're trading. That sounds really complicated, but if you fucking have a plan, it's not. So anyways, right, until he gets through here though, he's still not out of the woods yet. This is definitely a heavy zone for him to get through. So until he punches through it and gets like this flag set up, it's still quite risky to fucking like be early. But you know, for those of you that, you know, understand how to manage your risk and are nimble enough, I'm sure many of you already found a way to play this even since yesterday when we made the plan on the live call. Actually made this 2 days ago, was on the live call. So yeah, I think we covered everything, and you guys should have like between Intel channels and the stuff that I have in there. I haven't put a ton of updates because until I see that the broader market has ease of movement, I'm not going to keep aiming at something just for the sake of feeding you a drip of things to see. I know a lot of shitcoins just keep telling you something, so they keep that fucking, you know, to ADD, you know, fed with some new fucking like nonsense that doesn't mean shit, a bunch of wordy crap, and here's a thread. I don't really do any of that shit. I don't give a fuck. When it's time to fucking stand, you know, look at it, I'll tell you. That's when I do it. And so I don't do capo shit. I don't fucking write newsletters or any of that bullshit. I tell you when it fucking matters. If you get anxiety because someone's not telling you something every day, you're a gambler, you're not a trader. So I don't really cater to that. I don't care. If you need fucking me to tell you something every day to feel like I fucking done something for you rather than tell you one play that fucking pays the whole year, you're in the wrong fucking place. I don't do that shit. So further notice, niggas, I'll catch y'all motherfuckers on the flip. I can't even pronounce the name of this show, niggas, but it's a cat's eye, so they never lie. Till next time. Peace out, bitches.
Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Welcome.